Hey everybody, before we get ready for our next video, we're gonna go right past the Bulls Hit Ranch. So let's go take a look at the property. It's right past the county line. So welcome to your next video tutorial, everybody. I'm joined by none other than Sofia Kaller, my co-pilot riding shotgun there.
Hey everybody. We're
on our way out to go through Palatka, Florida, which is the potato capital of Florida. The property is owed about $214,000. It is in default. It's with Chase, and we are going to structure something with this gentleman, and he wants out. So it's a really, really great farm. Great guy. It's got 2 houses on 53 acres. I already want to keep this property, but I can't keep hanging on to these farms that we look at all the time. So we're going to flip it. It's going to be a nice little property. It's going to have maybe 50, 60 grand in it. So Sophia's in the house taking a look, and then we're taking a look at the 53 acres out here. As you can see, this is out here in God's country. Pretty awesome. A lot of horses. There's a dry lake out there that's pretty interesting. So all in all, this would be a pretty neat property to flip. It'd also be a pretty neat property to hang on, especially if you liked horses. And I love horses. So that's the problem with coming out and looking at really cool properties. You find one like this, you want to hang on to it. He's got good grass.
As you come out here and made that last corner down there and just coming up in them pines right there, it actually comes over in them pines about 100 foot.
Okay.
But when you get there, then that shoots right off through there too. You go through the woods back that way. See, that's pretty big parcel, that 13 right there. And then from here, of course, you know, you're still over here, so you're still a quarter of this.
Yep.
Basically this way.
Got it. It's just a pretty nice little house here, a little block house, huh?
Yeah. I went in.
It's an older house.
I went inside.
Can I take just a really quick look at it?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Place is a lot of maintenance, so it's perfect with somebody with horses or something like that that likes to board horses. So there's that's one of the great things he's got going for it, is when you toured the land, it has the ability to store quite a few horses. Yeah, quite a few horses.
We would be paying off half the property just to get it moved, and then to get him covered, we're almost paying the thing off by just trying to move it. But you got that turkey train well to sit still.
Yeah. Did you see that tree stand over there?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That's when my daughter, she bow hunted there, killed some.
Wow, these are good.
I got a couple right here. Take what you want.
Thank you very much for having us out. Yeah, you bet.
Y'all know how to get out.
Very nice piece of property, total of 53 acres, gorgeous pasture, some huge oak trees, a lot of pine trees, just a very nice piece of property. Best part about it on this whole piece of property is that it can be bought for cheap, assuming that we get the deal.
Those are real.
What was that?
I'm sorry, they're real. I didn't mean to interrupt. They're real turkeys.
I thought they
let's
were
get 'em.
statues like the other one.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Get a shot of it. As you can see, wild turkeys out here everywhere. Look at those 3 wild ones. Wow. That is awesome.
They think they're dinner, so they went running. Jeff, what I wanted to mention was some people wouldn't understand how to sell this, and who would you sell it to? It's not like a house in a residential development or anything like that. You're going to most likely sell it to someone right within like these this area, and this area kind of spans 2 counties, so probably a 5-10 mile radius at the most, unless you get somebody, you know, out of the area looking for a place where they can put horses. This is a place where somebody can put a lot of horses and train them and board them, so that is a very viable income source for them. So you just have to find a horse lover. That would be, you know, really key, or somebody who wants to have their own mini farm.
I want to do a little bit of a decompress after watching that, looking at that property, Sophia. So we know that we passed some other properties out there that were for sale, some of which were more of a superior quality, but there was a property out there with 59 acres for 700 and how much?
75,000.
775,000. This property has a loan balance of 212 to 214, and he's in default. He's months and months behind. There's not a foreclosure scheduled yet, so he said he has an appraisal in his file for well over 500. Now keep things in perspective here. He's got 53 acres. Even if it's just 10,000 an acre, which is very possible, he's at $500,000 on appraisal. Even at 5,000 an acre, which it's impossible. Land doesn't go for that up in the Georgia mountains where we just bought a farm. You're going to be at 250 on a value, right? So based on that, it looks like he's a little bit under loan balance of what the current market value is. We don't know that yet because a property like this is very difficult to be able to comp. So how are we going to get comps on this? How are you going to evaluate a property like this?
So Jeff, how I'm going to comp this is, first of all, we took down a lot of names and numbers of agents out there that had properties for sale in the nearby area. That way we know we're in the right area. And we're going to find out how much those properties are selling for and what amenities those properties have and how much land they have with them and how the houses compare to each other. One thing you want to be sure of when you're doing land, most of it's priced by acre, and the house is like just a part of it. So you sort of have to separate the house from the acreage, and then you can get a pretty good idea of what the value is. Now, the house he had on the property was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, but it's very, very dated. It's probably like a 1950s block house. Very, very small. It's not upscale. The house that you were talking about for $775,000, we didn't see a picture of it, but it had a long, winding driveway. I can only imagine it's at least a 5-bedroom, 4-bath house that was built recently. So, with that being said, it's a matter of piecing the pieces together, going on MLS and or Realtor.com, in addition to maybe Zillow and some other places. But because this one is a little bit further out, it's not as easy to comp. That's why we took the time to get the local realtors with signs on the properties information so that we can request MLS flyers that we could look at.
Got it. Just want to mention that was a very good tip you gave, Sophia. So a lot of you don't have access to MLS, which you can just go pull flyers on other properties and simply call the other real estate companies, call the other FSBOs, and call those properties that are actually for sale. She got some moonshine or something back there.
I got some in the shed.
You're about to talk me into it. I'm really easy on peer pressure.
There a problem, honey? Cut out, honey. Florida potato capital, not the world.
Oh, okay. My bad. All right, so it's not the Florida. It is the Florida potato capital of the world. It's not the.
It's nothing about the world.
All right. Get out that 357 onto your purse, honey.
I only keep that for you.
Alrighty then.
It keeps you in line.